Again, depending on the exchange, maybe it's a little different on different exchanges, but that's something I'm keeping an eye on because that affects the ability for the weekly to confirm. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but right now, it's incredible. Bitcoin, there's no doubt about it. It's got those animal spirits a la NVIDIA before that big reversal that we saw. I want to see how high this goes. I have a level around 75,000 or so that could be your next target range. But again, we're talking about a chart that is rocking and rolling here as we see that spot ETF demand continuing to push it.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoinzilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoinzilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoinzilla. Subscribe now. In this video, Gareth will share his insights on: could Bitcoin hit the $75,000 mark soon? What does the weekly close tell us about Bitcoin's next move? Is the cryptocurrency gearing up for a breakthrough? How does a seasoned trader manage a short position amidst volatility? Let's join Gareth in this interview about these topics and more.
We have Ethereum pushing above 4,000 here. The level on Ethereum to watch now, right, so is this pivot top right here. All right, you have these two major areas, these zones. And again, this one right here and this one, as we push above 4,000, that's assuming we don't reverse today and close back below 4,000. That would be significant. But if we do push up, $4,370 is this first level right here. Just to post that on the chart, that would be right around this zone here. And then if we continue up, obviously your big zone here would be all the way up here around that 40, what was that? Around 45,000, just around that 5,000 even number. Now, the only thing I will mention here, guys, for those of you that know the methodology, there is something called a time count. If you look at charts, there's a tendency for them to move in sevens. And again, I'm not going to go into more depth than that because it gets a lot more complicated with cycle work and all this other stuff. But ultimately, if we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going up. Now, you could count this little tiny one, but I usually don't count that one. But we are coming into a 7 count right here. And I wonder if we're going to pop up into that 43 and change and then get a retrace back down. Now, again, ultimately, as long as these things maintain their uptrend, and you can look at these trend lines, something like that, as long as you don't break below this zone, then you look to buy those levels, right? Buy any pullback. Like if this thing pulled back to 3,000, 2,700 area, you would be a buyer since the uptrend continues to be holding strong.
Ethereum's price action painted a bullish picture, closing at $4,053 after touching a low of $3,800. With oscillators signaling mixed sentiments and moving averages strongly favoring buyers, the digital currency showcased a strong performance amidst a trading volume of $27.57 billion.
What are we seeing here? This is Bitcoin pushing back up. So we see this is very important, guys. So again, this is your weekly chart on Bitcoin. What we're watching to see on Bitcoin. So yesterday, we did not close on the weekly, at least per the data I was looking at, above this previous high. So that was something I was very keen on watching, is that the weekly again closed right here, right at that or just below that pivot top. Now, again, depending on the exchange, maybe it's a little different on different exchanges, but that's something I'm keeping an eye on because that affects the ability for the weekly to confirm. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but right now, it's incredible. Bitcoin, there's no doubt about it. It's got those animal spirits a la NVIDIA before that big reversal that we saw. I want to see how high this goes. I have a level around 75,000 or so that could be your next target range. But again, we're talking about a chart that is rocking and rolling here as we see that spot ETF demand continuing to push in. Now, again, I'm still holding my short. Granted, it's a small percentage of my overall portfolio, but I'm waiting to see what happens here over the next few days. And of course, guys, I'm going to keep it transparent. I'll let you know if I exit that trade or if I stay in that trade, as I always do with you guys.
Bitcoin's value skyrocketed to $71,415, marking a historic peak. This comes as Ethereum also hit a milestone, surpassing $4,000. The crypto world is abuzz as Bitcoin's price increased by 2.62% in just 24 hours. Over the past week, Bitcoin's value increased by more than 10% and a staggering 47% over the last month. On April 20, the Bitcoin halving event will cut mining rewards from 6.25 to 3.125 BTC, potentially impacting its value. The launch of spot Bitcoin ETF in the US has attracted significant institutional investment, with these ETF now holding over 4% of Bitcoin's total supply. Bitcoin whales are holding firm, with the number of addresses with at least 1,000 BTC rising to 2,107, signaling strong belief in Bitcoin's future. Scott Melker, known as the Wolf of All Streets, predicts a significant bull run for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. He believes we're at the beginning of a major uptrend, especially as Bitcoin's price has recently hit new highs.
Matic's on my radar for a potential short here. Again, not yet, but we can see very clearly there's a key trend line right here connected to here, which comes in around 135. So again, we're at 122. It's had an awesome move up. Remember, folks, I have nothing against Matic. I couldn't care less what it does, just like I don't care what anything does. A lot of you guys are heartfelt maxis. That's awesome. You guys have a bigger time frame than me. I'm a trader, so I'm in, I'm out. I'm going to lose some, I'm going to win some. That's just the nature of what I do. So when I talk about shorting Matic, it doesn't mean I don't like Matic. Honestly, I don't even really know what Matic does. I'm a chart trader, and so that's all I do. So I look at the chart right there. I say, okay, if it goes straight up there in the next couple days, we look for a pullback. I'll make 10, 20% on it and then exit the trade, then let it do whatever it wants to do after that. All right, so again, 135 on Matic.
The United Kingdom's Financial Conduct Authority has said it will not object to requests by recognized investment exchanges to launch crypto-backed exchange-traded notes. The exchange-traded notes will only be made available to professional investors, such as regulated investment firms. A proposal aiming to contribute to funding the legal defense of the developers of Tornado Cash, the Ethereum-based mixing platform, was removed by the Arbitrum community over apparent legal concerns. Devansh Mehta, lead of the working group of the Arbitrum Treasury, criticized the move, stating that there was absolutely nothing wrong with paying for the legal defense of someone accused.
As we see, gold is basically stalled out today. I want to just show you guys one thing here. All right, let me just show you here. I want to just explain to you what I was just kind of talking about on that same chart of Bitcoin, on Ethereum, right? So remember the time count I was just talking about? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're starting to stall out right there. And so it's just something that again, when you trade for almost 25 years now, I think in this next year, it'll be 25 years since I started trading at the end of this year, you start to notice certain things. And again, it doesn't mean it always works, but you just try to get the probability slightly in your favor so that you can have a winning ratio, right? Again, win 7, 8 times out of every 10, you're in the Hall of Fame, essentially. So again, gold, I'm expecting a little bit of a check back here. Be interesting to see tomorrow on the CPI data. If it comes back to here, this is your buy zone. That would be a major technical support. Obviously, it's a retrace to what I call the scene of the crime.
If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.